This city did not fail. It worked exactly as designed. In the 19th century, Naples trapped millions inside a system where poverty fed order, fear replaced safety, and survival was mistaken for stability. People slept in the streets. Disease entered through the port. Fire waited in the mountain. Faith became insurance. Power stood above it all, untouched. Modernization erased neighborhoods. Prisons absorbed what society refused to fix. Every solution created another form of control. Nothing here was accidental. Nothing here was humane. Thanks to AI reconstruction, we can enter this city again. Not to romanticize it, but to expose how a city can endure by breaking its people slowly. This is Naples, and this is how it survived. Naples in the 19th century was not defined first by palaces or volcanoes, but by people living on its streets. The Lazzaroni formed a visible urban class, surviving through irregular labor, small trades, and daily improvisation. They slept near stairways, markets, and port entrances. Public space became private shelter. This was not marginal life. It was central life. High population density, weak welfare systems, and unstable employment pushed thousands into permanent precarity. Work appeared and disappeared by the hour. Food security depended on chance. Observers often describe Naples as chaotic, but this disorder followed a social logic shaped by poverty rather than choice. Disease spread easily. Crime was both feared and expected. From these bodies on the pavement, the city extended outward, into streets where movement never stopped and pressure intensified. From the margins of poverty, Naples flowed into motion. Via Toledo was the city's central artery, carrying people, goods, rumors, and tension through its length. Here, the Lazzaroni brushed shoulders with shopkeepers, soldiers, clerks, and nobles. The street never rested. Carriages passed pedestrians. Stalls competed for space. Voices overlapped without pause. This density created opportunity and danger simultaneously. Commerce thrived, so did conflict. Via Toledo compressed the social structure of Naples into a single corridor. Class separation blurred in movement, but remained rigid in outcome. Contact was constant, mobility limited. Information spread quickly. So did disease. The street revealed a city functioning under strain, where circulation replaced stability. Every step carried consequence, and all paths eventually led outward, toward the port, where the city met the wider world. The port of Naples was the city's economic engine and its greatest vulnerability. Ships arrived carrying grain, wine, oil, sulfur, and goods from across the Mediterranean. They also brought sailors, migrants, and unseen contagion. Dock labor was harsh and unstable. Men waited for work each morning without guarantees. Injury meant disappearance from the system. Trade enriched merchants and sustained the city, yet offered little protection to workers. Wealth passed through Naples without settling. The port connected Naples to global networks, but also exposed it to global crises. Epidemics often entered here first. Authorities monitored ships closely, rarely successfully. Movement never stopped, neither did risk. The city depended on the sea while fearing it. Life clustered along the waterfront despite danger. Above this fragile balance loomed a greater threat, one older than trade and impossible to regulate. Mount Vesuvius dominated Naples not by eruption alone, but by presence. Its silhouette framed daily life. Its silence carried memory. Throughout the 19th century, eruptions periodically disrupted the city. Ash darkened skies. Lava threatened nearby settlements. Commerce paused. Residents learned to live with uncertainty rather than escape it. Leaving meant abandoning livelihood. Staying meant accepting risk. Scientists studied the volcano. Tourists climbed its slopes. Local populations endured its consequences. Vesuvius became normalized disaster, a reminder that destruction could arrive without warning. Yet Naples did not collapse. After each eruption, streets reopened, markets resumed, life continued with resignation, not optimism. This endurance shaped the city's psychology. When nature could not be controlled, people turned inward, toward routine, tradition, and survival along the coast. Along the shoreline, Naples slowed. Santa Lucia represented a quieter rhythm, shaped by tides rather than traffic. Fishing families worked close to shore, relying on small boats and daily catches. This economy was fragile. Weather determined income. Illness halted production. Unlike the commercial port, Santa Lucia preserved older patterns of labor. Skills passed through generations. Modernization arrived late. Homes clustered tightly near the water. Space was limited, resources thinner, yet community offered resilience. Work was shared, loss was collective. These neighborhoods anchored Naples to its past, while the city strained toward change. They showed continuity amid pressure. Still, endurance had limits. When crisis struck, whether disease, eruption, or unrest, hope shifted beyond labor and routine. For many, protection came not from the state, but from faith, expressed publicly and urgently. In 19th century Naples was not private belief, but collective action. Processions honoring San Gennaro gathered thousands during moments of fear. Illness, eruption, and social unrest brought crowds into the streets. Faith provided structure where institutions failed. Prayer replaced policy. Ritual replaced certainty. Participants crossed class lines. The poor walked beside artisans and merchants. Shared vulnerability dissolved hierarchy, briefly. These events reaffirmed identity. Naples defined itself through devotion and continuity. The ritual repetition offered reassurance. Miracles were hoped for, not guaranteed. In a city shaped by uncontrollable forces, belief functioned as emotional infrastructure. It bound people together when systems fractured. Yet, faith did not replace power. Above these crowds stood another authority. Organized, distant, and increasingly contested. The contrast between devotion below and control above defined Naples' political tension. The royal palace and Piazza del Plebiscito represented authority made visible. Ceremony, symmetry, and scale communicated stability. Soldiers marched, banners rose. This order contrasted sharply with the surrounding city. While poverty and crowding persisted, power displayed confidence. The monarchy ruled from elevation, physically and socially removed. Distance created control, not connection. Public rituals reinforced legitimacy during unstable decades. Yet, unrest simmered beneath formality. Revolutionary ideas spread quietly. The plaza was designed to impress, not include. Its openness concealed exclusion. As Naples entered political transition, symbolic authority struggled to maintain relevance. Display could not resolve inequality. Soon, power sought a new solution. Not through ceremony, but through reconstruction. The city itself would be reshaped, with consequences felt unevenly. After epidemics exposed Naples' fragility, authorities initiated urban renewal. The Risanamento promised hygiene, order, and progress. Streets widened. Neighborhoods vanished. The construction of Galleria Umberto I symbolized modernization. Glass, iron, and openness replaced congestion. Commerce became regulated and visible. Yet, renewal displaced thousands. Former residents were pushed outward, away from opportunity. Health improved selectively. Control increased universally. The new city favored circulation over shelter, surveillance over support. Naples appeared modern, but inequality remained embedded. Architecture masked unresolved social problems. For those excluded from renewal, survival grew harder. Poverty became criminalized. Disorder redefined as threat. When care failed, containment followed. At the edges of modernization stood institutions designed not to heal, but to confine. Prison embodied the final response to Naples' 19th century crises. Overcrowded and unsanitary, it held criminals, political dissidents, and the poor alike. Poverty blurred into criminality. Incarceration replaced reform. Containment replaced assistance. The prison reflected a state more capable of punishment than protection. Disease spread easily within its walls. Overpopulation mirrored the city outside. Vicaria did not solve disorder, it absorbed it. Those confined were removed from public view, not from the causes of instability. Control appeared effective, conditions worsened. The institution completed the cycle begun on the streets, from survival to movement, from labor to disaster, from faith to power, from renewal to exclusion. Naples did not collapse, it endured. But endurance came at a cost, measured not in monuments but in lives managed rather than supported.